Okay, so today we're gonna go ahead and start talking about pipes. So what pipes do is basically transform data that we intend to display within our template. If you remember, we encountered pipes before, and we encountered them right here. It's tdate, pipe, date, and we've used this pipe in order to format, in order basically to transform the date into a particular format. Let's put it like that. So date is just one of those built-in pipes, but you also have uppercase. I mean, Angular itself has built-in pipes. Basically, have date, uppercase, lowercase. I'm pretty sure that these are self-explanatory. Date just formats the date to a certain format. Let's put it like that. And uppercase is to all the letters to uppercase, and lowercase all the letters to lowercase. Basically, just alters the strings. Currency, on the other hand, transforms a number to be displayed as a currency. So, for example, if something is $10, it's going to say USD 10 or EUR 10, 10 euros. You have a pipe for decimal points and for percentage to basically convert to percentages. Now I'm going to go ahead and show them to you. This is not just dry talk, but Angular has a lot of pipes. Well, maybe not that many, but you can check them out here. Here's the site, and here are some of the pipes that you can actually have a look and see how they actually work from the official documentation, that is. Anyway, let's go ahead and see how this actually works in action. Oh, by the way, just one more thing before we see how this works in action. Aside from the built-in pipes, it is possible that we make our own pipes, but this we will do later on. So at the moment we have a t value here, but before that I made some very small alterations to the file, so they're practically unnoticeable. You go into the transaction folder, and then you go into transaction.service.ts. And as you can see here, I've just new date. I've set a new date, so date and then new date. And the reason why I wanted to mention this here is because this is hilariously strange. Okay, so year is fine, right? Days are fine, hours are fine, minutes are fine, seconds are fine, but for some strange reason, and God knows why, I am struggling to understand for what reason did somebody decide that months should be iterated from 0. So instead of having months go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, you have months that are going from 0. So it's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You still have 12 months, but it goes from 0. So this is from completely unexplainable reasons, at least nothing that I can understand. Why on earth do months go from 0? If somebody knows some logical or plausible explanation for this, please, help me out here. But anyway, this is 2016 of the 9th month, so it goes from 0. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Well, 9 would be the 10th month, and 8 would be the 9th month, etc., because the iteration begins from 0, so you have an extra number there. So 9th month, 8th day, 7th hour, 6th minute, and 5th second. Just wanted to explain the date format there, and then I have added another date down here. And this value was altered a little bit, so we have 3 decimal points so we can demonstrate the rounding up. Okay, so we go back into the account and then details.component.html. There we go. And this value here on the site itself, so it represents this value. Let me just go ahead and reload the site. Have I actually modified it? Let me just go ahead and see. I did not save it, which was brilliant on my end. So value is right here, and then it's 50, 121.31 minus 1020.348. And if we go back here, this is what the t-value presents, those numbers. Now, we can go ahead and play around with pipes in order to get a different output, in order to format the current output, let's put it like that. So if I do this, for example, pipe currency, and I'm just going to go ahead and save this, and let's have a look what will happen. Okay, so it's going to say USD 50. The default currency is United States dollars, so USD 50. But suppose that, I don't know, we're somewhere else in the world and we don't use US dollars. It is possible to actually just state which string shall be used as a currency marker. So EUR for example, euros. And I can Control S. And there you go. It's going to say EUR. So euros. Aside from that, we can also do this, like colon true, and this will make sure that the EUR is actually not shown, but rather instead that the symbol is shown. Okay, and there you go. So symbols are actually showed instead of the actual strings. That's another way of putting it. In addition to this, we can also format the decimal points. And in order for us to do that, I mean, you can just keep adding here on end, basically. So these are all just parameters for the pipe. So EUR, true, and now we're gonna go ahead and let's say that we want. Okay, so let's say that we want a bare minimum of 2 decimals shown, and the maximum is also 2 decimals to be shown. If I save this. Okay, so it says 50, and it says 0, 0. These zeros did not exist before. It says 121, and then it's 3, 1. So it's rounding it up to the closest decimal point. And this as well, so 3, 5. It's, again, rounding it up because we have stated that we can only have the maximum of 2 decimal points and the minimum of 2 decimal points. And it's not going to go beyond that. You can also configure decimal points by just using, you can delete all of this. Well, I'm just going to cut it. And you can type in number, colon. Should do the trick. Yep, there we go. Still remains the same. Okay, so we are just going to go ahead and leave it with this. There we go. So we're just gonna go ahead and leave it with this and save it, and then we're gonna go ahead and proceed in the follow-up tutorial.